Okay, so probably a lot of you out there might be wondering, what does attending a book event as a signing author really entail? And there's a lot that needs to be done behind the scenes, and it's not simply as easy as just rocking up and sitting down and getting ready to go. Well, for me at least, there is a lot of planning involved, packing as well, and organising what we need to take. A lot of it revolves around how many boxes of books I'm going to take, what I think I should order ahead of time, and my ordering process usually has to be done a month before I attend events, give or take. So there's a lot of planning involved. Planning. And for someone like me who loves a good plan, no problem at all. But I think it's good to be transparent around, if you are doing or planning to do a book event, don't underestimate how much planning goes, because it's one thing to get to the event or know where the event is. It's another thing to plan how your day is going to look. So what time you need to get to the event, where you're going to park your car, like how are you going to get to the event? Are you going to bring someone with you? If you're traveling for it, when do you need to get there? Do you need to get accommodation? All that stuff. So for this example, I'm going to be taking you on how I go and set up and plan and all my day, and what I do at a book signing event. And this one happens to be in my city of Melbourne. So I don't have to worry about accommodation costs. I do have to worry about parking, and parking is expensive. It's in the city, yes. It's Book Fair Australia at Melbourne Convention Exhibition Centre. And because it is in the CBD area, the event runners did say that the parking at the exhibition centre most likely will be booked up. And sure enough, when I went to go buy my parking a couple of days ago, it was all sold out. And that was probably a week before the event. So yeah, not to worry though, there are heaps of other options. So what I have to do is just make sure that I give myself more time to get to the event and also pack and bring all my stuff. So with this particular book event, it's a 2-day event. So Saturday and Sunday with the bump in, so the setup starting on the Friday, the day before. So I've taken a day off work of my day job, and it allows me to go and set up and get all ready to go. I am someone that does take my time, and I'm not someone that can just rush and put stuff up together. I thought, yeah, it's probably best for me to go into bump in as early as possible to set up, just so I know my way around everything. So that's what we're doing today. So I will be taking you with me along for the journey of what it's like to set up and exhibit and be at an event as a signing author. It's going to be awesome. So come with me as I get ready for Book Fair Australia. I'm going to give you a bit of a tour into my little study area and show you some of the places that I keep all my stuff. Look, I could be more organised, not going to lie. I could definitely be more organised, but I'm thankful that I do have a whole room to myself to keep all this stuff. So in my cupboard here, this is where I keep a lot of the things in here, and as you can see, it is a bit bare on my little stocking shelves because I have already popped in my trundle that I'm going to bring most of my stuff. I keep a lot of my stuff in here as well, like bookmarks and stickers and bags and all that stuff. But having a dedicated wardrobe to keep all my stuff is definitely necessary. Also, as an art lover, I've got all these kind of like art materials and things like that I keep up there, and all my tech too that is around there, so that's important. So I have already started to pack some of the things, like the little some bags for people, business cards are in there, also a flyer for my webinar that I'll be doing, so I'll be sticking that on the wall. This bag, the one that I carry, usually has all my, that there for now. This one usually has all like my little fiddly things, like kind of like the little merch, like bookmarks and other things like that are all tightly packed in here, and also like stands for the books and things like that. But if we go across into the other room, oh, hello. Yes, you want to come? This is Stella, everyone who loves to come help us. Yes, we call this room Stella's room because a lot of her stuff is in here. Oh, I've got to turn that off. You gonna come help Mum? You gonna help Mum pack? Well, that's already good because Mum has already packed her trolley. The trundle, the trolley. Yes, this is the most important thing I think that I bring to book events. Something that has, hello, you're showing everyone how to pack. With something with wheels, something with heavy duty wheels, because yes, it is a lot to carry a lot of things. Oh yes, also for this particular event, we need to have a high vis vest. So bringing that along. This, here is the trolley ready to go. We're gonna bring it down. Yes, you'll have to move. You'll have to move out of there because you'll be one squashed cat. All right, let's bring her down. Let's bring her down. All right. Yep, that's stable. It's always good to know that it is going to work. All right, so we're all packed and ready to go. It is going to be, it's a hot day today in Melbourne, 32 degrees, I think it is. So yeah, I can tell I'm going to get probably sweaty, the amount of stuff I have to move around and all that stuff, but the parking is undercover and hopefully it will be a direct path for me, an easy path for me to get all my stuff from the car to the exhibition hall, but we'll see. Otherwise, I got my clip ready to put back this hair, and I have sunblock on my arms and all that stuff. So let's get moving and see how this all goes. I will see you when I arrive at the exhibition centre. We've arrived, we've got the trolley ready to go, and now we've got to find our way to the lift to bring all our goods with us. So let's see how we go. I had made sure to do my research before I arrived. I knew since it was going to be a big event that there would be parking, but how much of it would be available was the question. So I did my research and made sure to pre-book a spot ahead. I also looked into a few things such as like the cost for parking, but also the distance of how far I'd have to walk from where I parked my car and how accessible it would be to bring my trolley up from where I parked my car to where my table was. And this is my spot for the weekend. Now it's a matter of unpacking everything from my table, which can take some time, especially if you're a bit indecisive like me on table placement. I feel like I am getting better at it each time that I do it. But yeah, I want to give myself as much time as possible to get everything out, get it all laid out the way that I want it. I set up my table with my books, some bookmarks and other little display items such as my little character standees. It didn't take too long and I was done in about 20 minutes, and I left the day feeling ready and excited for the weekend ahead. Alright, good morning for day one. This is the day where we are going to start the Book Fair Australia for the first time, where we're starting day one of Book Fair Australia. So as you can see, this is the beginning of where we need to go to, and yeah, so it's very exciting to see the city like this in the morning, but also yeah, I can't wait to go check in with some of my book friends for a little bit. So easy run into the city this morning because yeah, it's a Saturday and no one is around, but yes, I'm so excited to get there and set up. So let me take you on a journey of day one of Book Fair Australia. I was lucky enough to record an episode of the Indie Author Life show with the wonderful author Jess McFarlane that I shared a table with. Here's a little snippet of the chat that we had together.
Wonderful things to say. A wealth of knowledge in this indie space, because she is a successful indie author who has sold out today as of when we're recording this. Amazing.
Thank you.
So, with all your knowledge that you have gleaned over the last, I guess, year of having Woman of Wolves out, how many days is the anniversary away for Woman of Wolves?
3 days.
3 days?
Yeah.
And then you would have had Woman of Wolves out for an entire year.
Yeah.
And now, on 7th of May 2026, we have the last book in the quadrilogy out.
Yeah.
Quadrilogy. That's got to be a word that's been made up. My God.
Something quad.
Quad. The quad.
The quad.
The quad. So, from Woman of Wolves to King of Stags and the 4 books that have gone by in about a year, tell us about that journey and how you have grown.
It's been really eye-opening, in like good and bad ways. I think I've grown in ways of like finding out what means the most to me. So like when you first start, I think like you can get really like trapped in like the noise of, oh, you need to make money from this, you need to market yourself, you need to do this, you need to do that, and it like gets really crazy. Because you feel so pressured to do so, and then you easily get burnt out and you fall for the trap of like you know, imposter syndrome and stuff. And I think like within this year I've sort of realized that's doesn't really matter. Like I'm not doing it for that. So I'm just sort of out here vibing. I'm having a good time.
The vibes are strong though, because sales have been made, and of course it's not about that. It's not about the sales, but it does feel validating.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think because like with sales, you do know that you've made some form of like impression and some form of connection, because someone's looked at your book and gone, I really want to read this. But I think it's those connections, the more like organic connections that you get from just people messaging you, where you haven't actually like sold it to them, but they've done it themselves, and they message you and say like, I love this so much. The amount of people that I have, that like they've messaged me and I've been like, I want to give you everything. So I've like made them become like beta readers. I made them. I'm like forcing them.
No, but they're like, oh please, give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me. I want it. Yes.
No, like Harvey, who is my beta reader, she literally just messaged me. She was from TikTok, and she just like messaged me and she was like, I loved it so much. And I was like, because you're reaching out and because you're being so lovely, I was like, I want to give you
give back.
Give back and like give this, because that's what it means to me. Like it's that making that connection, and like the fact that my books had such an impact on you is incredible. And it's like, I don't want to sell you anything, I just want to give it to you and like feed you. So she's now a beta reader. She beta read 3 and 4.
Wow.
Because obviously she got to me when Man of Bears was already out.
Yep.
And yeah.
Wow.
And so like I was just like, yeah, you get an early copy because
you are amazing.
You're amazing, and you are connecting to the story and you understand what I'm trying to tell you in my words.
Yes.
And I'm like, that is something that's really hard to find, so I want to hold on to that.
You just can't, like, there's no other experience quite like it. When someone has come, especially for you, to reach out and say, hey, I love your work and I want to read it and I'm passionate about it, just as passionate as you.
Yeah.
Because as authors, it can feel like we're in our own head a lot. Like it's our story, how do we make it, or will it be received positively by other people? And a lot of the time it's not necessarily our concern if it's received in whatever way.
Yeah, it is what it is, and like I am, I've learned that too, like, you know, it's not for everyone, and if someone doesn't like Myrna or like doesn't like the story, like that's so okay, because like she's very hard to digest in like all her rage and like the way that she grows, and she can be frustrating, but that's the whole point. But it's like, if you're not ready to read something like that, that's so okay. Like, I'm not going to, hold it against you.
It's their loss. Because I love Myrna.
Yeah.
Because she does remind me, not necessarily of myself, but just someone who is authentic.
That's all I'll be including for this video today, because the chat goes on for another half an hour. But if you'd like to watch the whole chat, please check out my video titled Book Fair Australia with Jess McFarlane. She goes into so much more about her writing and goes into depth about a lot of the themes to do with her Erasgane Rule series. So please go check that out. Welcome to day 2 of Book Fair Australia in Melbourne. I have just parked the car in the car park, ready to go. Got my trolley this time because they'll be pack up at the end. But yes, thoughts on day 1. Oh my goodness, it was awesome. It was so good to share a table with Jess, as I'm sure some of the content you've already seen showed. So good to share a table with Jess and have a good yap to all my other author friends as well. And there were so many people with their trolleys too to buy some books, and it was just so much fun. So yeah, we'll see how it goes today. Wish me luck. Here we are, day 2. Look at this. I'm getting all of the help that I need, because I'm not. Oh yes, hello. It is. I know, it's like,
we were saying yesterday we should bring in swords and like have a sword fight at front of the
yes.
Anytime like the music was coming on, we're like,
I know, getting delirious. It is that part of the day.
Yeah.
It was part of the day, but
I heard like the gong thing now.
it was a very busy day. I think I was definitely feeling it by the end of this day, but yes, it was packed full of so many people. 200 authors and vendors, which is crazy.
So glad to see that my neighbour Jess has sold out of all her books. So in order to compensate for that, she has been offering discounts on shipping to send them out to people, and which is a great way to ensure that potential customers still buy from you, even if you've got no stock to sell. How awesome is that? So it's been a great day for Jess and myself, and for a lot of indie authors here. So a very successful day.
And I'm on my way to see Mari Costa, who I've been a big fan of for a long time. She is an illustrator and graphic artist, so very excited to see her in the flesh and enjoy this little chat that I have with her.
Hi, is it okay if I film?
Yeah.
I just wanted to film some of your stall because it's awesome, and I bought a key ring from you because I love, I'll say the ball. I love the ball, but yes, I had to, and your partner sold it to me.
Yes,
because
was
we
at
were
the panel.
speaking. So I was like, you know what? I will come back. I'll come back and say thank you.
You're free to film.
Thank you. So
How's it been going for you?
it's been good, I will say. Today was really good.
That's really nice.
Was it good for you as well?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
nice.
nice.
I feel like it was so like dead. The 2 hours,
Yes.
from like 3 to 5
Yep.
yesterday.
Yep.
I was like, whoa, where did
It
everybody
was.
go? And also, why is it so cold?
I know. They had the aircon
Yeah.
blasting. It was crazy. But no, I think, I saw that you had another book here, but it's sold out. Is that the Shoestring Theory?
Yeah,
Is that-
Shoestring Theory is gone as well. I should have brought more copies.
It's
but
okay. It's all
Next
right.
one.
Next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, get them next time.
Yeah,
Are you
cool.
going to the Sydney one as well?
I'm going to, no, I won't be going to the Sydney one. I'm doing...
Nobody's been accepted yet.
Oh, right, yeah.
Have you applied?
No,
I
I think I'm going to the Sweet Love one. That's
yeah.
right. I think it's the same day, so I'll be doing that one. But I'll be doing a few this year
doing like, I think 10 more, which is crazy.
Oh my God.
I don't know why. I think I've just been on a roll. I've just been trying to
I get
do.
so tired from these that I'm like, I have a limit.
I don't know what has inspired me to do that, so that I will try my best.
I think it's very easy in the moment to be like, oh my God, I want to do this event and this event.
Exactly.
And then you actually have to do it. It's like, oh, I forgot that you have to reap what you sow. That's crazy.
Yeah, you do. And I'm learning. Yeah. I'm learning. But I think it's also one of the best ways to connect with people.
No, I agree.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
It's a little isolating, like being an author and like doing freelance in general.
Yeah.
So being with people and like being able to sell things personally, I feel like always does a lot better than just like, oh, buy my stuff online. Online. No,
I agree, but I'm sure your stuff does excellently online as well because it's so beautiful. And as a illustrative fiend myself with graphic novels, I absolutely adore it. So thank you, Mari. I appreciate all your insights.
So that was it for my experience at Book Fair Australia, Melbourne. And here are my thoughts on the entire weekend. So overall, it was a huge event. There were over 200 authors and vendors and heaps of people came by. So Book Fair Australia did say in a meeting prior to the event that the entire event was sold out. And that meant that 1,900 people were scheduled to attend, which is amazing. My thoughts are, I'm not sure whether the whole 1,900 people did actually attend Book Fair Australia. I very much understand that just because people buy tickets doesn't mean that they are necessarily going to make it to the event, but that seemed to be the general consensus when I was talking with other authors and vendors, that there seemed to be a bit of a lull after lunchtime being midday. Yeah, they kind of thought for a book event that perhaps they've been to a similar one that was held by Book Fair Australia in Sydney, that seems to have a lot more people than this one in Melbourne. So look, I don't know, I can't really visualise what 1,900 people looks like. There was certainly a decent amount of space between each of the aisles where the authors and vendors were exhibiting. Maybe I just lost track of everything, but yes, it definitely did feel like there could have been more space for more people. And that's probably why Book Fair Australia actually released a flash sale on the Saturday evening for afternoon tickets in the Sunday. So they did have capacity to invite and make more tickets available, especially for the Sunday. Now, for whatever reason, they weren't able to add more tickets prior to the event, so they had to say sold out. I'm not really sure what that means, but they were still able to add more tickets to be purchased on the Sunday in a flash sale. I don't really know. But ultimately, the Sunday was better for sales overall. That was great. I felt that Saturday the sales were so-so. Then on Sunday, things really picked up. So that's awesome. It's always a blessing to sell books in a book event. And I was very pleased to, I can be transparent. I've got no problem about getting into financials here. But I was not only able to make, break even, but was able to make a profit from this event, which is a massive win. We love that. It's always a bonus, in my opinion, to be able to not only make what you put into the event, but then to make a profit. Awesome. So some advice that I would give for attending book events in general, and even specifically Book Fair Australia, is that definitely bring water bottles, accent on the plural, because there wasn't a space to refill water, which I was drinking a lot of water because I was doing a lot of talking. So I quickly went through my first water bottle before midday, and then to buy water there was $5, and this is $5 Australian, which is quite, it's a bit. There was no place to refill your bottle as well. So just be mindful, maybe just bring multiple water bottles, which is what I did. I also brought some liquid IV, those little sachets, for some extra boost. That helped a lot too. I would also recommend bringing your own food because look, there was a cafe on site at Book Fair Australia. Great food. Did end up having some of the chicken wraps, which was very nice. It is on the pricier side. So look, if you want to go ahead and treat yourself and get something yummy, go for it. But if that's something that is not in your budget, just bring your lunch from home and snacks too. Always a must for energy. Also, some events might not even have cafes or places to get food. It's rarer for places not to have food, but just in case, bring some food with you. Also, especially if you've got dietary requirements, some places might not have exactly the food that you can eat, which I'm sure for people that do have dietary requirements, you're all over that and you would bring your own food anyway. But yeah, that's just a note about the food options that were there. Another piece of advice that I would give for certainly the warmer months of exhibiting is to bring a mini fan. I know I got mine from Kmart, Australia, my little rechargeable fan, which I don't have on my desk at the moment, but it's a little white one that you might have seen in videos there. That is a lifesaver. Oh my goodness. Like just to have a little bit of air coming through. Yeah, it's great. So, because you just never know what the temperature is going to be like in there. It's just handy to have. Overall, it was a fantastic event. One thing I will say with Book Fair Australia and Book Addiction, who runs Book Fair Australia, incredibly organised. I felt very empowered to know exactly where I needed to be at what times. There was always a contact available to ask questions for. I knew what I was getting into before the day. Yes, I had to do my own research with parking, but they did provide a lot of advice around that. There was also a Facebook group where you could get information if you wanted to know a little bit more about some specific questions that was filled with very helpful people. The volunteers there were amazing as well. Shout out to them too, because those people were extremely helpful. Overall, I felt like this was one of the more organised events that I have attended, and I loved it for that. I think it just takes a lot of the worrying from working out what time you need to be there, what's expected of you as an exhibitor. When things are given to you straight up, and other things that Book Fair Australia did with organising that I felt was very helpful was that they provided exhibitors with like a 15-page manual document which had all the frequently asked questions, things like that. They sporadically sent emails, not just kind of like a email here, email there, like bombarding you with information. They didn't. They were purposeful with their communication. Also having community-driven discussion pages such as Facebook added like a space for people to ask, you know, miscellaneous questions and for them to answer that in a really quick way. So it felt empowering and an easy, smooth way to exhibit. So very, very pleased with how Book Fair Australia ran things in Melbourne. And that's my experience. Maybe some other exhibitors had different opinions to me. I don't know. But from what I've been talking to, it seems like most people align with my thoughts. So that's great. I also just want to shout out everyone who came and had a chat with me at my table that I shared with Jess McFarlane. It always means so much to me when people have a chat and engage with my products. Sounds so sanitary to call it that, but engage with my creativity and my outputs and have a look at my drawings that I do and give compliments to the book. And then when they purchase the book, books, because there were two that I had Elara and the Passing and Still Waters Run Deep. When people engage with my work, it is so affirming and special, and there's no other feeling quite like it, to receive compliments for your work. Of course, you know, your book and your output might not be for everyone, but people were so kind and so intrigued with my stuff and, of course, Jess's stuff. Jess sold out. So that's a testament to how well she is doing in this space and how people are loving her feminist Irish folklore series. Overall, I loved my experience at Book Fair Australia, and I can't wait for hopefully the next time, maybe next year, that they come back to Melbourne. They usually do a Book Fair Australia in Sydney, and that is certainly on the cards. I wouldn't say no to travelling up there, but if I don't have to travel to Sydney, that would be great, as I am based in Melbourne. But yes, those are my thoughts on Book Fair Australia. Thank you to all who have followed along in this journey and for watching this video. If you like what I do, please feel free to give us a like. Drop a comment if you attended Book Fair Australia as well, or you'd like to in the future. Would love to hear from anyone who came and spoke to me as well. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog as well. I certainly want to do more of them. Usually I'm doing podcast episodes and interviews. Usually I'm doing interviews with other authors on the show, but I am very much interested in doing all kinds of different video material over here on this channel. So if you want to follow along on this journey, please subscribe. And you can also follow me on Instagram, which is at mghunt.author. I also have TikTok, I have Threads, and other various social medias, which I will link in the description. All right, that's all from me today, everyone. Take care, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.